Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome to my workshop and to Very Cool Stuff.
So this is in desperate need of a container now to go on the back. So we've got some, I'm going to use pine and we're going to make a container. Stick around and find out what it looks like. So I've cut the rebates on the CNC with the down cut spiral bit. It's quarter of an inch or 6.35mm. Now I'm just going to put a slope on the size angle size. I'm just using this here, which is 15 degrees. Chamfer cutter. going to go back in now with the 1/4 inch down cut spiral. Now this thing here is for setting the Z axis, which is the up and down at the bottom of the tool. It's quite amazing. If I put the dust shroud around the cutter, which wouldn't be able to see anything if I did that, there's absolutely no dust at all. A little bit of sanding work, and that's the panel, and that's, I'll zoom you out a bit. Oops. So they're going to be the side panels. A little bit of sanding to do for the container. And we've got a few of these to do, so I'll just crack on. So the last thing to do, it just needs a 15-degree chamfer along edge really to match those, and as it butts up to the other one. I could have done it on the CNC, but it just makes it look a bit awkward with all the clamping. So I've just got I got on the shooting board, and I've got a 15-degree, what I call 15-degree slipper, and I just about 4 passes of the plane, and the job's done. There we go, got the angle on there to match these. So here we are. The vast majority of the parts have been machined. You saw we were doing these on the CNC. They're all going to be the side panels. There'll be the doors, and we've got the base, and we've got the roof, as it were. All pretty simple stuff. All I did was I had a piece of pine left, and it was from the when I did the workshop door. It was the cross member from the old door. So what I did, I just planed it up and resawed it and knocked them to thickness, and then cut them on the table saw to size. And what needed machining, I actually put onto the CNC. So now it's as usual, it's glue up. I don't think this will take long. There's just not that many parts to get the frame together. I found that these Bessie 150 clamps will actually clamp 170 if I take the protective pads off. Which is handy, because this is 170. So I'm not quite sure where we got to, because the ran out of storage in the old camera. Anyway, so we've done the two doors, and we started putting the locking mechanism on it, or the sliding bars. And it does call for quite long 3mm dowels. I haven't got any. Mine tend to be around about 100mm, so I'm just going to try and glue in place so you can't see the seam. Sorry about that, Jan, if you're watching. But anyway, so more glue ups, a bit more clamp, and then we'll go and see what we need to do next. Seems to do it better if I come at it from straight on. He says. Oh. Right, we'll let that dry, and then I'll trim off the excess later. Right, so we've had a major meltdown on this. I've misread the drawings and done them to the wrong size. Even though I've made the panels the right size, they're actually very sloppy fitting there. And when I've gone through the drawing, for some reason I've made the base 10mm and it should be 12. Anyway, so what I've just done, I've done a couple of strips. So I'm going to glue all the way around on these, and be able to get the panels in. So fingers crossed it works. Right, I'm going to have a cup of tea while that works off. God, it is annoying. I know you one bit, and the other bit, it's like it's gives you a problem to solve, which is quite enjoyable, but frustrating. I've actually decided to do it all before I go for my cup of tea. Now at the end where the doors go, I'm going to have to do it at the top, I think. So we'll definitely go for the brew this time. So I've come up with this elaborate contraption. It's just a straight edge, another straight edge. That's clamped down, and I'm just going to put some pressure on that. That means it will all be running flat across that edge, hopefully. A little bit of pressure. I'm going to use this old spirit level just so I can clamp some pressure down on it this way. And that keeps it all flat. And last but not least, I'm going to put a clamp just to make sure that they're all pulled together. Right, so the panels are done. They fit in widthways. But they're a bit long lengthways. I guess it's with a bit of glue spread and a bit of wood movement and all that type of stuff. So I'm just going to trim a little bit off the edge until it fits. What I've also done is that I've just set 2 guides in there, held them by some spring clamps, because that's going to sit 8mm deep, and that just helps it rest on it. Bit of a guide. So I'll be on the shooting board and I'll just plane it down till I get to line until it fits. So that's a decent fit. I'll glue that, and then while it's drying I'll work on the other side. I've just forgot to switch the camera on, and so I just fit in the doors, and there's nothing easy because those are sort of pre-drilled holes that we did, and they just pick everything up on there. So push 2 dowels in. I've not even glued these in, and there's 2 dowels at the bottom. I could get them out. I think if I just put a little screw in it and pull them out, go 4mm dowels. That shuts. There's a little peg up here just to keep it closed. It looks quite cool, to be honest. See if we can get round the back. Well, there's just one more glue up to do. And that's to do this face, which is basically a couple of these panels. You fit in there really, and they're being glued up for the moment. And there you go. This is the final piece to go in here. here we go. It's completed, but I've not actually put a finish on it yet. I'm still not sure whether I just sort of put an oil finish on it or put a stain, because it's just pine. So I'm not quite sure. So what we'll do, we'll just fit it onto the trailer. What we've got these pegs going here. Located there, and we've got these two pegs, I guess, and blocks. Fit at the back here. Hopefully you can see. I've got a few extras left over. When you make the actual sides, it gives you a number, but you can actually use the sides for the end panels and just for the little fit panels. So we've got 4 spare. We've got 4 spare of these little blocks, and as I've worked out, these are for actually locating containers. So when you extend it, you can actually put 2 containers on it, so they'll go in there. We'll just shut up shop. Put the locking pin in. Containers located on the trailer and hitched up to the truck.
Decided to stain it and put a couple of coats of Danish oil on it. I didn't film it, but here's the end results. Well, this completes the truck and the trailer build and the container, and hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe and leave comments. I'll get back to you, and see you again soon, and happy woodworking.